Yes, my people. Hello, and welcome back to the United Front. It's been a while, isn't it? Yeah, I've been out of the picture a little bit, off the channel. I've been working, to be honest. Not been doing anything too spectacular, just working extremely hard. I'm a courier, for those that don't know. So yeah, I'm basically just out here delivering everyone's Christmas presents. Like Santa Claus, basically. I'm doing my best impression of Santa Claus, even got the beard and that. Just slightly darker, but yeah, man. It's been tough. It's a tough time of year in this industry. But yeah, man. Hope you've all been keeping well. I'm back. Obviously, I'm gonna get straight into it. Not here for a long time, hopefully for a good time. Just wanted to talk a little bit about United, get some things off my chest. Probably talk a little bit about the AFCON departures as well, a little bit, because obviously this is going to probably be the last game we're going to see Mbumo Ahmad and Mazraoui. Hasn't even been confirmed that they're actually playing, by the way, but wanted to look at maybe some solutions once they've gone. And then obviously I wanted to preview the game tomorrow, Bournemouth. But what I wanted to start with, right? I want to get something on my chest. It's been itching me recently. Yeah. And it's the vibe around Man United right now. Like, I don't know. Me watching, obviously been watching all the games. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get to Old Trafford because I've been working. Our games have been on Monday nights, Thursday nights, whatever. And yeah, I finished way too late to be able to get there on time. So unfortunately, I've been able to make it. But Zane's been going. Obviously, I've been watching the games very intently, still watching them 2-3 times over. And I don't know if it's just me, but we're doing all right. Like, I feel like we're actually doing all right. Like, looking at the table right now, currently, as I made this video, we're 8th. And that's with all of the teams having played this weekend and us still with a game in hand, obviously, tomorrow against Bournemouth. All things considered, even if we were just to stay 8th, it's not amazing. No, not at all. No, I'm not in any stretch of the imagination going to sit there and say, oh, wow, this is great. But it's also not terrible. Like, we win tomorrow, on the other hand, and we don't stay where we are. We can go as high as 5th, level on points with 4th as well. Obviously, if we win by like 8 goals or something tomorrow, which we won't, we can go 4th. But that just shows you, like, also, goal difference is positive for once as well. It's actually a +4. Our standards are low, I know, but I swear it's been years. Every time I look at the table, I look at our goal difference, it's on a minus. So yeah, like, look, there's been, me saying all of this, me being like, oh yeah, you know what, it's actually been kind of decent. I mean, on top of that, we still have had points that we left on the table. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We beat, I think, that West Ham game, we should have won that. Again, I don't think it was awful. How could we draw at home to West Ham, blah, blah, blah. I think the narrative around that game was way too overblown. Like, I think we lost from basically, we lost the 3 points from not being able to defend a corner. That's what it was. It was one corner. They didn't create anything in the game. I think their first shot on target was actually that corner. And yeah, we didn't defend it. We conceded. They didn't look like they were threatening us. We had the game under control at 1-0. We just weren't able to get the second goal that we needed and win the game. But obviously the comments are open. I can see a few people are already in there. A few of the haters in the chat, which I like to see. Don't worry, I'll get to all of you. But yeah, we win the game tomorrow. We go 5th, and yeah, like I said, that's with points that we've left on the table. So obviously at Everton, I'm not making any excuse for that. That was a terrible performance, terrible game. 1-0 at home to 10 men is never really acceptable. I think it's the first time in history United have ever lost at home to 10 men, which shows you shit don't happen very often. But yeah, we're 8th. Obviously, 8th is not great at all in any stretch of the imagination, but it's also not terrible. Like I said, I feel like people are still kind of waiting for this moment so they could jump down the neck of the manager. And I'm going to get to the manager. That's something I want to touch on too, right? So specifically, I want to get to Ernest, yeah, because he's been talking a lot, and I've been watching the videos, obviously, that on this channel, yeah, and I hope you all have been too. But Ernest has been talking a lot about how it's not good enough. how it's been poor, how we're just, like, bro, like, chill. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think just a lot of United fans right now that are just so angry. Just, bro, just chill out. Like, just enjoy the progression or the comeback, if there is any. Like, are you even looking for any progression, or are you just looking for things that confirm that, we're playing badly and everything's crap? Because that's what I feel it is. I feel like people got this idea right now about Amorim, about the way we're playing, the formation, the style of play, all of that, way last season went. And all they're trying to find now is things that confirm their, their idea in their head that Amorim needs to go, that we're never going to succeed with this formation, that blah, 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 blah. Like, obviously, we beat Palace away. I feel like nobody spoke about that. We were the first team since, I think, February or something, but definitely the first team this season to beat Palace at home. And I still think the only team this season to beat Palace at home. Selhurst Park has not been an easy place to go under Glasner at all. And we went there, we rocked up, we went 1-0 down as well. Everyone talks about the mentality. We came out in that second half and we absolutely smoked them. Yeah. We got the 2 goals. We didn't really smoke them, to be honest. Maybe that's an over-exaggeration, but 2 set pieces, we got the goals we needed, and we got the 3 points. That's the important thing. I've heard way more talk about us drawing and dropping points to West Ham at home than I have seen us to obviously winning points. And this is shout out to Zayn as well. I see Zayn in the chat too. There's been games that we have been getting a lot of points where we haven't expected to get them, like Selhurst Park, like Anfield. Obviously, Brighton at home was a big win for us. They beat us all the time. Bournemouth tomorrow, another big test. See, Wolves is 3 points we should be getting easily, but still, we turned up there. We got the 3 points. We did what we needed to do. We looked good whilst doing it as well. So, like, why do we need to be negative? Why do we have to, even when times where it looks like we're progressing, we're doing better, we're still stuck in this idea that it has to be bad? Like, at least wait till something bad happens, isn't it? And then, fair enough. But what's this mad hype that we're doing awful? We're not. Like I said, we win tomorrow. We're up level on points with top 4. The beginning of the season, when man were doing their season predictions, we were outside Old Trafford asking fans, talking to people. It was on our TikToks. Go check it out. I was saying, I think Man United could finish as high as 5th, 4th, maybe even. Man were looking at me like I was absolutely crazy. Yeah, the comments were going mad. This guy's mad. He don't know ball. Now we're like I said, if we win tomorrow, we're 5th or whatever. Or if whatever we draw, we're still in and around the European spots. Man are talking to me like we're failing. So I don't get it. Like, pick a side. Like, are we so bad that we can't get European spots, or are we good enough that we should be getting 3rd and 2nd? Because that's all. Like, if Amorim was to win that game against West Ham, Everton, these type of teams, if we turn them wins, them draws and them losses and them inconsistent performances into wins, we become title challengers. We're not challenging for top 4. Right now, we're on par with the teams that are around top 4. We're like I said, we're 3 points off Chelsea, who are 4th. They've got a game in hand too, right? Like I said, so even if we lose tomorrow, we're still 3 points off top 4, right? Crystal Palace, their last 5 games, another team that are competing for Europe. They've won 3, lost 2. Us, we've drawn 2, won 2, lost 1. That's our last 5 in the Premier League. Teams that are going in and around us, they've got similar form to us, is the point I'm trying to make. Chelsea are inconsistent. They might win 1, draw 1, lose 1. They won against, in their heads, they won against Arsenal, but they drew against Arsenal. Then they went out, lost to Leeds, then drew to Bournemouth away. Then they won now, this weekend. So, like, and that's a team that's pretty bona fide going to be in the top 4, according to a lot of people. So, yeah, we're in and around it. That's what we need to be up until the end, up until maybe the last few months, and then get a little bit of consistency going, and that's how you make the top 4. That's how you break it. It's not about being consistent all season. If you're consistent all season, that's a title challenger. That's what a top 2 team does. They're consistent all season and maybe have 1 or 2 disappointing results here and there. That's what title challengers do, not what Man United are expected to do. And maybe our fan base is, traumatized from last season, or maybe we don't know how to challenge for top four. Maybe we're not used to it. Maybe like, I don't know. We think it's either our standards either go for the title or last season it was just there was no standards at all. There's nothing in between. Maybe I don't know, but I think people need to chill out a little bit. There's also a nice chunk of games that are going to come take us into January now as well, and we're going to see how that goes. Now, yeah, I'm gonna move on from that a little bit. Let me get into the comments and have a look. I see the comments are popping off right now. We've got some haters in there saying, we've got Mohammed Mustafa saying United are dead, bro, bun you. Man said as high as fifth. I thought this was Manchester United, he says. Look at these trolls. Yeah. Shadi Mustafa says, you man at eighth, high as fifth. How is that high? Well, like I said, beginning of the season, when I was saying I think Man United are going to finish fifth this season, man, these men specifically that are in the chat, yeah, these two were looking at me like I was crazy. And I was saying, oh, fifth, how is that high? See, they're Arsenal fans, so their standards change every week. You know what it's like. But anyway, move on to the United fans. I see Zayn up in the chat. What's going on, Zayn? Shout out to the hitters in the chat. They couldn't score a goal against Wolves. That stinks. I did say, yeah, beating Wolves is a gimme. But apparently not for the title challenge in Arsenal. Are they going to bottle it, guys? Let's see. Get in the chat. Let me know. By the way, if you're new here, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the video. Like the video anyway, even if you're not new here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Make sure, please. We got Branica says, yes, my favorite. My problem is when we need a goal, Euro Heaven comes on. You know what? I hear that. That's frustrating. This guy does have a thing about changing the centre backs, and I can't explain that to you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is why centre backs need to happen. I have no I have no answer for that, bro. My man just brings on a centre back every single time as well. If I could bet on substitutions, I would bet on that every time. It would be free money. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I guess it works, especially when he brings on Harry Maguire up front. And when we win, I don't really care who he brings on, bro. As long as we win. Like the substitutions, sometimes they pop off. Like especially last season, they were popping off for him more often. I think this season specifically, the substitutions haven't really been very effective for us. Even if you look at the data, I think we've had one of the least effective benches in the league. But last season it was working a little bit. Like Harry Maguire coming off the bench, Kobe came off the bench, especially in the Europa League. There was, like that game against Lyon and shit. It was working for him last season more, but yeah, if he gets to hopefully, what we've seen also is a big drop off when the substitutions come on. So I think it's been maybe something he's been thinking about in terms of like being defensively more solid. I don't know. A lot of these times we're winning or we're doing well in the game, he brings on a centre back because maybe he's worried that we're going to be defensively weak or we're going to crumble. I don't know, but I don't know. Going to have to ask the coach about that. You're not on par with the teams going for top four if you lose tomorrow. Well, depends who you think is going for top four. So right now, having played a game less, we're still above Brighton, who are a team that I think were touted to go for Europe. Newcastle, who are obviously in the Champions League right now, or definitely people were expected for them to challenge for Champions League. Who else? Tottenham, who are in the Champions League right now, who are just shit, to be honest. But they're also going to be a team that's challenging for Champions League. Again, with having played a game less than these teams, so consider even if we lose tomorrow, we're a point behind Liverpool, who are a team that I've obviously considered to be top four. We're 3 points behind Chelsea, who are in the top four. And we're a point behind Palace, who are fifth. So I don't know what standard you say is on par, but by the standard of the Premier League themselves, the par of being in the top four right now is 28 points, and we're on 25. So you're just wrong. We are on par with the teams going for top four. Smooth, man. So I'll get to the AFCON in a second. This is a good question. Who starts when the AFCON boys away? I'll get to that. I'll tell you who I think will start. Ernst is in the chat replying to me, yeah? So he says, it's not about what's happening now. It's about how high is the ceiling with what we're doing on the pitch. Can you believe that? Man said how, and this is the most important comment, guys. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Make sure you, if you're new here, subscribe. But yeah, I'm just going to go back to this, yeah? Man said, it's not about what's happening now. It's about how high is the ceiling with what we're doing. Brother, I don't know, fam. I don't think anybody knows how high the ceiling is of what they're doing. But they're doing it, innit? And you don't just sit there and be upset whilst you're doing it because you don't know how good it can go. I think personally, this ceiling is as high as it wants to be, bro. Like, I don't know. Why can't we win why can't next year or 2 years down the line, why can't we win the league with Amorim? Why? Just because he lost loads of games last season, that means in 2 years we can't do something better. We can't win the league. Why not? Like, there's no reason why. Like, I think right now the idea, I think the feeling of him not knowing who, you know what, him not playing in a conventional way with the 4-3-3 or whatever, bro, things change. People change. Like I remember when Conte came in to the Premier League and started playing 3-4-3. Well, he didn't actually. He came into the Premier League and started playing a 4-3-3 with Chelsea. They got pumped 3-0 by Arsenal away. And then they changed the system and they went on to, after that 3-4-3, to like not lose a game or something to the end of the season, won the league. After that, bare teams are copycatting them. Bare teams went to 3 at the back, especially when they were playing against Chelsea, but also throughout the season. Loads of teams just started doing 3-4-3. When Guardiola came in, he started doing the ball-playing goalkeepers and all that shit, and everyone started doing it again. Like, people do things and it changes things. He might come in and do this 3 at the back. It might work for him and people might start doing it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it might. We never know. We don't know what the future holds. I'm not sitting here saying this guy's system definitely ain't going to work. We definitely can't win a league with this system because I don't know. How would I know that? Like, what would I know? I think take it step by step. This season, what are we looking for? Right now, this season, what are we looking for? That's what I'm talking about, what's happening now. Right now, this season, we want to get into Europe. That was the quote at the beginning of the season, into Europe. Whether that be 7th, 8th, Conference League, Europa League, Champions League, I don't know. But that was I'll be happy with Europa League. I'm not gonna lie. If we got Champions League, I'll be extra happy. I'll be super happy with that, with Champions League. And I think Conference League maybe is enough for him to maybe keep his job. Maybe. And he's lucky because the standards are this low. And they've never been this low at Man United. And he's probably the luckiest. He's the biggest recipient of that. But the same reason why the standards are so low is why he's got such a big job to do. He's got to turn around. This is a trawler of a ship that he's got to turn the direction of. And it's going to take a while to turn. I drive a van all the time. Trust me, sometimes you can't just 3-point turn like you do in a car. If you're driving a big thing, it takes a while to, do you know what I mean, maneuver it correctly. And Amorim has got that job to do now with Man United. So maybe he needs more time. He's not coming into, you remember, he never came into a harmonious situation. And as it's starting to steady out a little bit, he looks like he's doing better. And we are improving. We are progressing. We are getting better. So there's no reason why that has to stop. We can continue to improve. And who knows where the ceiling is, bro? Who knows? And it says you can watch hoofball all year and be happy. I could care less about the formation. The system does not equal formation. Exactly. I don't care about, like, the game. Go back to this hoofball comment. Bro, like, football is football. Look at Man City, Pep Guardiola, the beautiful footballer. Did you see they played today against Crystal Palace? They were getting bounced off the park. Crystal Palace completely outplayed them. They had more touches in the opposition box. They played better football, but they couldn't break them down. And City just punished them every time they went forward. It wasn't like a smash and grab, so to say, but it wasn't a brilliant performance, a nice performance on the eye, but they won 3-0 and they're going for the title. Also, look at the data behind Man City and Pep Guardiola. He's playing more direct football than he's ever played in his career. Ever. Because he's changing it up. Sometimes things change. Hoofball works sometimes. I don't mind that. You know me especially. I'm an old school 4-4-2 type of man. That's what I grew up watching, isn't it? 2 big strikers, get the ball up there. Let's play some football in their half. I like that. Anyway, last comment, then I'll move on to AFCON and finish up. Mohammed says you're easy to play against. Every team gets massive chances against you. You know what? We do concede chances with pretty high XG, but we actually don't concede that many chances. Well, from what the data says. But the chances that we concede, I think on average, we concede like 1 of every 3 chances that we like give to the opposition, which is very high, by the way, like in comparison to other teams. So clearly, whatever chances we're giving up, they're clearly either really high or the teams are just super, capitalizing on every one they get. But we're conceding way too much. That is a problem. And something that Amorim needs to fix. But again, if we can solid up a little bit at the back and turn some of them draws and losses into wins, we're moving. We can get top 4. I truly believe that. I thought we were going to get like 5th, but you know what? I genuinely think we can get top 4. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the season that we can finish in the top 5. Top 5 might be enough for Champions League anyway, but I think we can do it. Like I said, guys, if you're new here, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back all week anyway. Yeah, just a quick little chat and I'll preview the game. Whoops, let me sort that light out. So yeah, last game. Oh, it's all going wrong, guys. There we go. We're back. So yeah, it's the last game that we're going to be graced with Ahmad and Bumo and Mazraoui's presence. It's going to be a shame to see them go, especially in Bumo. Even though he's not been great, I can't lie, for the past 5 or 6 games, but he scored in the last game, and he's just our most dangerous attacker, really. He's potent. He always tries to cut in on his left, have a shot. He's a dangerous player. We're going to miss that. Mazraoui, probably our best ball playing, defender on the ball. Well, maybe other than Leacher, but on the ball, he's been amazing. He looks so comfortable and safe to give the ball to. You could tell he makes his teammates feel comfortable, and we're going to miss that too. And obviously, Ahmad, we know what he does. He's just a baller. His directness and his willingness to create a chance, we're gonna miss that threat on that right side, man. That's on the right-hand side. I'm gonna miss that. But what are we gonna do instead? So what I think could happen, what I would personally do, don't know if Amorim's gonna do this, but what I would personally do is I push Bruno back into one of the number 10s, and I'd play Kobe next to Casemiro, Dorgo on the left, Dallo on the right, and then I'd play Yoro. Obviously, Leach is back now, so I know if De Ligt was fit, I'd play Yoro, De Ligt, and Martinez on the left. But I think they're going to ease Martinez back in slowly, so it's going to be Shaw, De Ligt, Yoro, Dallo, Kobe, Casemiro, Dorgu, Bruno, Cunha, obviously Sesko when he's back, or Cunha up front now, and Mount obviously playing behind with Bruno. I think that would probably be what we do, and I think that's a decent team, to be honest. I don't know if he brings Kobe into the starting lineup. What I think he does is actually just keep Bruno playing where he is next to Casemiro, and I think Mount will just slot in that front 3, maybe with Zirkzee. That's what I probably think will happen. Zirkzee, Cunha, and Mount as a front 3. But we'll see, I guess. And we'll see starting tomorrow against Bournemouth. And so I just quickly want to touch on that game as well. Bournemouth have got results against us in our last 4 games against them. They've won 3-0 back-to-back games at Old Trafford. The last 2 games they've won at Old Trafford, played at Old Trafford, have been 3-0. I was there for one of them. I can't do this, bro. I cannot have another one of these. We have to beat Bournemouth tomorrow. It seems like this season we've got some results in us to kind of exercise some demons against some teams. We did it against Brighton. We did it at Anfield. Hopefully now we need to do it against Bournemouth. Like I said, the last 2 results, bro, 3-0 back-to-back at Old Trafford. If they beat us, obviously beating us is one thing, but if they beat us tomorrow by 3 goals, they'll be the first team in history to have beaten Man United at Old Trafford by a 3-goal margin. So we have to obviously avoid that. but we need to just avoid defeat, especially seeing all of the teams that have played before us. We know what we need to do now. Go out there, get 3 points. You're right there in the top 4. You're level on points with the top 4, right? And it puts us in a very good position going into obviously the next few games. It's a nice little cluster of games going on, but also hopefully puts us in a nice position before Ahmad and these AFCON boys go away, in the best possible position to actually, fight and keep it going whilst they're gone. So yeah, we need to make sure we get the win tomorrow. And you know what? I'm confident we can do it. I'm confident we can do it. If preseason's anything to go by, obviously we played against them and Areola was, talking about how we're super ahead of them and stuff. Then maybe we could see something similar like that. I'd like to see something similar like that at Old Trafford, but we'll see. It's a big game. It's a big test. We played Wolves. Wolves is probably a great warm-up game to have before this game because we were playing good football against a team that is a championship team, really. But it gets the confidence up. Cunha got a little GA with an assist. Bruno had a great game. He looks like he's, trying to hit some form. Mount played well. Great finish from him on a goal. Casemiro just steadily playing well pretty much every week, just ticking along. He's quietly having a really good season, Casemiro as well. Dallo, again, I think that's 2 goal involvements in the last 2 games, I think. Again, quietly doing all right. He's also a confidence player, so that'll be good for Dallo. But yeah, I think we got a decent chance tomorrow. Bournemouth haven't been in good form. I think they're like 12th or something right now. They're not in great nick. So they're 15th, actually. They've got no wins in their last 5. And you know what that means, isn't it? They're going to rock up tomorrow and win 2-0. That's the type of shit that we get when we're United, but hopefully not anyway. But look, we'll see. Said I wasn't going to be here for too long, but it's just under half an hour now. Bloody hell, but I'm going to leave. Guys, keep it locked on the channel. We're going to be about, obviously, I'm going to be about again after the game, tomorrow. So keep it locked on the channel. Keep it locked on the TikTok, the Instagram. If you've got us, make sure you're following us on Instagram. It's at UtdFront. TikTok is at UtdFront, just all one word. Make sure you're following us because I want to be doing some TikTok lives. We're trying to up the followers. Soon enough, we'll be able to do Instagram lives and stuff too. So yeah, keep it locked on there. And keep it locked on the channel. But yeah, let me know what you think. Get your comments in underneath the video. We'll reply to any of them. And yeah, hit me up as well if you think any of that. I'm just chatting shit. But yeah, good to be back. And hopefully it won't be long before I'm back again. See you in a day or 2. And come on, United. Let's beat Bournemouth tomorrow and go level on points to the top 4. Come on.